Alright, here's what I got going on today. Pork ribs and then pork burn ends, pork belly burn ends. You can see got everything I need. I got the big cup of coffee. I got the pork belly already chopped up and seasoned up, and two racks of ribs I heavily seasoned, and one I went real light on because I got some non-Cajun folks in my immediate circle that's going to be eating. Uh, I just used a Texas Sweet Heat rub, and I use this stuff here I bought from an old boy at Trader's Village to try him out. He's expensive as heck, but that's pretty good stuff. And then garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, a little Tony's, got a little Tony's, uh, and everything I do. And then pull that skin off the back of the ribs and salt and pepper and let them sit there for a little bit. And you see they're getting all wet. That's the salt sucking the moisture out of them, making that rub really stick to them. You start cooking, it's going to be on. Same thing with the pork belly. Uh, Pork belly burn ends. Every time I tell somebody, it seems like I'm going to make them. They're like, I ain't eating nothing burnt. Well, they're not going to be burnt. They're more like pork candy. But anyway, you'll see that at the end. You got the Brunswick out there. I'm going to cook these on the Brunswick. Be a little lazy today instead of using the big smoker. Got that baby on 270. I'll put the ribs in there about 2 hours. Probably spritz them every 30 minutes if they need it. That Brunswick got that steam tray in the bottom, but usually it don't need it. But those right there, I'm going to get back to you and tell you what we're going to do with those. But they're on a rack. You can see that. That's an easy way to get them in and out of that smoker. Anyway, I'll come back in a little bit. Well, here's the 3 racks of ribs finished. They look awesome. This one here is the one I put the very little seasoning on for my nephew and my daughter-in-law. The other ones, you can tell they're seasoned up, sauced up, and ready to go. Got the bones sticking out there, and you just grab a bone and pull it out if you want to, but I'm gonna let them sit for a minute so they don't fall apart when I'm cutting them. And I'll show you all the burn ends real quick, but I'm not gonna wait till they're finished because I'm ready to eat. So there's the pork burn ends finishing up. They're in the Brunswick there, finishing up, and you know, it's fun to make, and it's like having little pork candy. So nothing wrong with that as far as I can tell. So on those ribs, I cooked them about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Then I wrapped them up, and then after I wrapped them up, I brought them up to 200 degrees internal. Took them out of the wrapper, poured all the juice out of them, and all I did to wrap them was just put a little sauce down, and I put some butter. I would like to put onion and garlic in there, but I didn't do it. It's 104 degrees in Texas, so they didn't get that. But they did get sauce and butter and a little honey, and then wrapped them up and smoked them. Took about another 2 hours to get them up to 200. From the time I wrapped them, I just wrapped them when they looked good. I didn't when they looked like this one, about like that one. That's when I wrapped them, and wrapped all of them. Then I took them out of there. Just put them back on the racks, put them in there for about 20-30 minutes to dry them off because they have a lot of moisture in them. And then took them out again, brushed the sauce on them, real light coat of sauce. I didn't want a big old sauce. I want to eat meat, not a lot of barbecue sauce. So anyway, that's it, man. That's how you do it. It's just that easy. Burn ends taking about an hour longer. They'll be ready to go. They just put them in there and bite into them, and the fat just melts in your mouth, and the meat's still tender. So that's all I got for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Well, just in case there's any doubt in some of you people's mind, which I don't know how there could be, I decided to come back and show y'all this. I cut all the ribs up. I'm gonna front face the camera here, so bear with me. But there they are, all cut up. But this is what I want y'all to see. Like I said, in case there's any doubt in your mind on how tough these are. That's game over ribs right there. Game over. Man, I'll tell you what. That's the way to do it. Mostly followed Malcolm Reed's recipe on how to barbecue right, but put my own seasonings and stuff, and pretty much followed his instructions. But well, I tell you what, that's bad for a fat boy right there.